So welcome to episode 5 of our F1 Manager, and we start with a couple of emails, and we've got some low morale. And to be honest with you, my morale were pretty low after the last episode. If you've not seen the last episode, go back and watch it. It's 28 minutes of your life. It's worth watching, especially towards the end, as we had a real sickener, spoiler alert, as Sebastian Vettel passed Kevin Magnussen. We thought we were on for our best result of the season, and then all he did was smash it straight into the barriers, and we retired the car. And as you can see, Sebastian Vettel and Chris Cronin have both now got low morale. His race engineer's low, he's low, but hopefully a trip to Miami is going to be a little bit better. And we've got some new car part designs coming through. We won't be manufactured and on the car before the Miami GP, but we are going to be improving the car at last. And to address some of the low morale, we're going to upgrade the team up. We do get a morale boost for our staff and drivers. We do get some weekly experience gain as well, plus 20%. But also the attractiveness of the team will go up as well. So that looks a good investment, especially when we're trying to attract better staff members and better drivers next season. And it wouldn't be fair to upgrade the staff facilities. We need to get this car developed more than anything. So upgrading the wind tunnel seems a good option. Improved airflow, improved downforce, improved drag reduction on the parts that we'll bring through. It'll give us greater detail when we're doing the upgrades, and it's definitely worth it. $10 million. Chucking some money about this afternoon. Time to get excited. The new underfloor design has come through, and if we rush it, we can get it on both cars for the Miami GP. 8 days it's going to take to get two parts made. We are going to make 3, obviously, so we've got a spare, especially as we seem to like crashing into walls lately. So we're going to get these on for the Miami GP. Let's get them built, boys. And the upgrades keep coming. The new front wing is ready as well. We're going to manufacture 4 of these, but these will again be ready for the Miami GP. We're bringing a much improved car to Miami. And since them 2 design projects have now been completed, we're on to manufacture. We've got 2 more coming on now. So we've got rear wing that we're looking to design a new rear wing, and side pods as well. Mainly looking at increasing his top speed and his downforce. So both of these, 20 and 24 days till completion. Hopefully win another few races by the mid-season break. We'll have that as well. Just keep improving the car. Are we feeling a little bit giddy? Are we giddy because we're going to Miami, or are we giddy because we have got a better car? So Miami, as we can see, is up next. Very new circuit, 57 laps round Miami. It's an amazing looking circuit, the way they built it, even if they didn't quite get the water in for the marina. The circuit map is there, but get this, this is the best bit. The car attributes, low speed cornering. Apparently, our car is now the 11th best on the grid out of 20, car 1. Low speed cornering, it's better than 9 other cars on the grid. Is it time to get excited? Possibly. The expected strategy is a 1-stop from medium to hard. There is a possibility of a 2-stop if you want to incorporate the soft compound of tyre. We're not expecting to see too much of that this weekend, but we're also, for the first time, we're going to put a performance target. We're going to give a guarantee that we are going to get 1 car in P15. So that's the first time we've done that this season. Let's get into qualifying. I'm going to go through practice, do all that, and I'll see you in Q1.
We're in the state of year-round summer. It's the Miami Grand Prix, and we're here in Florida at the Miami International Autodrome. The streets of Miami Gardens will come alive with the roar of racing, and the excitement is only just beginning. Spectacle is the name of the game here in Miami, with a stadium at the heart of this track. With long straights and S-bends, not unlike Suzuka's Sector 1, proper ERS management is sure to give drivers an edge towards victory. At this early stage in the season, there are still plenty of opportunities for things to change. In this sport, there simply are no guarantees. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula One.
First runs then, and promising signs for the Aston Martin team. Sebastian Vettel currently P11 after his first run, and Lance Stroll in P14. So Lance Stroll did hit a bit of traffic. He caught up to Gasly, who were on an outlap, and blocked him off a little bit. So Lance Stroll very much still in the mix as well. So we'll come back as we start our flying laps, and hopefully we can get 1 car into Q2. Could we? But before we get to that, Lewis Hamilton has crashed in Miami. Let's have a look at the replay here. In Q1, Lewis Hamilton locks up, and oh, that's going to cost a few quid. Toto Wolff won't be happy with that, and I'm sure Lewis Hamilton, after last weekend, he'll not be too chuffed with that either. Right then, both our guys on their outlap. Sebastian Vettel is in front of Lance Stroll. He is currently, like I said, P11 at this moment in time. Lance behind, getting those tyres nice and warm at this moment in time. Let's fast forward until we do start our laps as we come round. Hamilton's still out on circuit. I'm guessing he's either trundling back to the pits. We could do with avoiding him or getting past him on this straight. I'm guessing Lewis Hamilton's going to pit, so that shouldn't cause us any issues whatsoever. Right, we will come back to looking at Sebastian Vettel as he starts his final lap in Q1. Do not hit any traffic. Hopefully the Haas stays out of the way, which he hasn't. He's just stayed in his way. And that is so disappointing for Sebastian. I bet if we have a look at the sector times now, I'm hoping he's going to get a green first sector, but after that, I would be surprised if he did. And now we've caught up with McLaren as well. This might not have been the ideal time to send both guys out.
So we're happy to let these tyres cool a bit.
Yeah, yellow first sector. We've not done ourselves any favours with traffic here at all. And the soft compounded tyre at Miami is a real issue. Meanwhile, we will also keep an eye on Lance Stroll, who's also yellow through the first sector. We've hit traffic with both cars. Oh, we're going to be able to improve. It's a yellow second sector as well. Both of our guys, we might have been shafted here. This may have been an error from me with sending them out when we did. I was hoping to get a nice clear run, but it doesn't look like we're going to get that. And barring some sort of miracle in this final sector from Sebastian Vettel, he does set a green third sector. Stays P11 at this moment in time. Lance Stroll is yellow all the way. Both heading back to the garage. We aren't going to get time for another run. So that's those two guys done. And we might as well now fast forward to the end of qualifying. We'll keep his eye on the left-hand side. Yellow flags.
Someone's run wide.
Carlos Sainz run wide at turn 6. We'll just have a quick look at that, and that may, following Leclerc Ferrari, just a mistake from Carlos Sainz there, really. But as that enabled us to get through to Q2, that is the question. Lance Stroll, P14 still, Sebastian Vettel, P11. We're just waiting for these times to come in now on this left-hand side. We'll get back up to fast forwarding. Sebastian Vettel down to P12. Carlos Sainz goes 14th. And Sebastian Vettel is through to Q2. It's our first ever Q2 appearance as team principal. Lance Stroll out in 17th. Didn't have the best lap, it must be said, as we can see. But we've got Sebastian Vettel in Q2. We'll come back for hopefully his second run in Q2 and see Q3. Could we get to Q3? Not a chance. So we're yet to do a run yet in Q2, but we are going to try something a little bit different. The soft tyre. We haven't got any new soft tyres left at this moment in time. So, apart from the one that we get on race day, the medium tyre apparently has only got a delta of a tenth of a second. Now, we know that both our drivers were complaining about the soft tyres overheating part way around the lap. So I'm hoping that by sending him out on the mediums, they won't overheat. He might get them in a better window, and we might just play an absolute blinder. We aren't going to make the mistake of sending him out early. We're going to wait until a few other cars go out, then send him out. Hopefully not hit any traffic because anybody else is coming out onto their outlap. This is the plan. Now, anything's a bonus from here. P15 is going to be the highest we started. Even if we didn't go out, we've still improved on our best ever finish in qualifying. So, as we just start to... We'll just wait until a couple of cars go out. And as soon as they do, which they're starting to do now, we will get Sebastian out. I think we might ride on board with him for this. We'll get round his outlap. He's behind George Russell. He's got Sergio Perez behind him. I hope I'm saying that on Sunday. But you never know. You never know. It's a risk on these medium tyres, but I felt one that we might as well take. I can't see us finishing any higher than 15th as things stand. Kevin Magnussen's probably within striking distance. Maybe the McLarens if we are lucky. We'll put it on 2x speed as Sebastian Vettel goes out for our first appearance in Q2 this season, and he's going pretty okay so far. I don't want to hear the tyres are overheating. I think we can avoid that. And it's going to be interesting to see how far off he is. Magnussen's really the target, you would suggest. Verstappen and Russell and Leclerc obviously had a bad first lap. But we'll go to that view, yeah. Session's ended. We are back to normal speed now. I'm going to say he is probably holding Sergio Perez up a little bit here. Sergio Perez isn't going to battle with him. He's got 2 green sectors, as you would expect. DRS is open. I'm guessing we're the only car out there on medium compound tyres, but will it work? What time have we got to be? Oh, Sebastian.
This was the Aston Martin.
Oh, dear me.
And that's an off, and a big off.
Sebastian's got a way
That's going to be a big blow to the team.
of making me
Will they be able
believe.
to recover? We'll see.
He makes me believe and then ruins it all. Shocking. I cannot believe he's done that. He's not crashed again, has he? Let's continue in rounds, so just get back to the pitch, kid. As far as I'm concerned, you've ruined that qualifying for me. You've made me day and then you let me down again. God, I hope he doesn't have a crash on Sunday.
He begins.
Aston Martin did a good job during qualifying, and they're pretty much where everyone expected them to be on the grid. Now, it's up to them to defy expectations during the race itself. Haas met their potential in qualifying, and they'll be expected to make a good start from the grid. Let's see if they can make it work for them. We've been having sunny weather here today, but there are some clouds looming that might complicate things for teams further down the line.
57 laps await our competitors here in Miami, so may the best driver win.
Right then, strategy time. Again, nothing too major. I don't see the benefit in splitting the strategies. I don't think Lance is going to have enough pace to do a 2-stop. So we're both going to start off on the medium. We'll see what happens with tyre wear. Can we take advantage of any safety cars, any crashes? We've seen already a couple of cars crashing on this circuit. Maybe a safety car might throw a spanner in the works a little bit. So yeah, both on mediums, starting on mediums. Let's see how we get on in the race.
I hope I'm not tempting fate here, but there are quite a few clouds overhead as we look at the lineup on the grid. And there's Sebastian Vettel. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. There's Lance Stroll, down the grid. They're starting in the bottom half of the grid today, so there's a lot of cars between them and the podium. And we're just moments away now.
Could be a good race for us, this. It really
And
could.
This is it, the Miami Grand Prix. And it's lights out
And away they go, and we're going to ride on board with Sebastian Vettel. It's starting in P15, the lofty P15. He's got 2 McLarens in front of him. Can he do anything into turn 1? He can't. He's pretty steady through there.
That's it.
Oh, he's took Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda's been overtaken, and Sebastian Vettel, fantastic start.
Looks like Aston
Lance Stroll down in 17th, that's fair enough. Keeping those 2 Williams at bay, and he's got Lewis Hamilton behind him. Lewis Hamilton obviously out of position, had that crash in qualifying. But a positive start from us guys. Sebastian Vettel, P14, and with Danny Ricciardo very much inside. The low speed corners at Miami, we've got a good chance. There is a couple of little sectors that include them, and I think we can cause some problems there for the McLarens in front of us. And Kevin Magnussen. Oh, and there's a huge crash! Huge crash! What on earth? What on earth has just happened there?
Oh, and that's a crash. We can take a look now.
It was George Russell, we were watching it live.
Mercedes here.
They're all coming in. Oh my goodness gracious, George Russell sent into the barriers.
They won't have been expecting that.
That is a shocking crash. That's the worst one we've seen on this game so far.
Disappointed with that.
My God, Mercedes, their mechanics have got a big job. We can only hope that George Russell's okay. Kevin Magnussen, it is red flagged. Red flag Cars will return to the pit lane. We're going to have to watch this again.
Let's
I
take a
mean,
look at the replay.
oh, it's one of the Haas drivers, probably Magnussen. Takes out 3 or 4 cars. That is some crash.
And there we see the crash.
Right, red flag.
Red flag, red flag.
This is something we're going to have a look at. So, we've got weather's fine, weather on track. There's no point in us changing anything, I wouldn't believe. I think we're pretty okay with where we are. The only thing is, what we got, 46 laps? No, I think we've got to stick with what we're doing. We had a positive start. So we'll keep the hard compound tyres on, which is fine. And we'll come back once we start green flag running.
The race continues.
And we have got a standing start. This could be impressive.
And it's lights out.
Sebastian Vettel
And
this time in
away we go.
P11, straight up to P10. He's got a cracking start once again. Danny Ricciardo in front of him. Can he make any inroads here? Sebastian Vettel is into the points. Meanwhile, we'll have a look at Lance Stroll. Pitting this lap? They're not pitting this lap. Lance Stroll down in 16th, doing rather well, but Sebastian has had 2 starts and 2 very good starts at that. Mick Schumacher in P11. I reckon points could be on here. We've got Russell, Lando Norris and Kevin Magnussen are the 3 cars which are now out of this Grand Prix. That also means that, what, P17's the worst, obviously. But there is obviously an opportunity for jeopardy at this track, as we've seen so far. That was some crash. I can't get over that crash. And Sebastian Vettel in P10 doing very, very well. Alex Albon's in P12 as well. He's just in front of Hamilton. As we can see there, Lance Stroll following in behind Yuki Tsunoda at this moment in time. Gasly's got something wrong, I would suggest. But both our guys should be on push, which they now are. On the fuel, we've got some fuel to burn.
Yeah.
Sebastian's not. Is Sebastian going to break our hearts again? That's the question we've got to ask ourselves. I do think we can keep pace with this McLaren in front of us. He's showing that he can keep pace with the McLaren in front. And more impressively, the Haas behind of Mick Schumacher not really keeping up, especially through the low-speed corners.
DRS will be active.
Come on, Sebastian. This could be some result for the Aston Martin team here. He's having a look at Danny Ricciardo. We'll follow on board with Sebastian. Lewis Hamilton sets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Meanwhile, at the front, we've got Verstappen leading from Leclerc, Perez in 3rd, Carlos Sainz in 4th, and then come both Alfa Romeos in Bottas and Zhou in 5th and 6th. But where are we gaining? Where are we gaining? We've got this low-speed section here. This could be the option where Sebastian can really get that power down, if he can possibly do that. Meanwhile, Lance Stroll back. He's very much chasing down Yuki Tsunoda as well. This could be the most interesting race. Sebastian looks like he's going to go for a move here. He's got DRS open. Can he quite get him? He can't. Danny Ricciardo does manage to hold on. Just put that pressure on Danny Ricciardo. We'll have a look from the back rear wing of Danny Ricciardo. He has lost DRS to Fernando Alonso. Both Alpines running in 7th and 8th at this moment in time.
Doing a good job, keep pushing.
And I think we've just got to keep an eye on this at this moment in time. Sebastian will know when to use that ERS. He will know when to use the DRS. He's attacking again down this straight. Can he do anything? Can he make the impression? He's got the outside line. He's got the racing line. Danny Ricciardo defending on the inside. Can he get around the outside? He is on the softer compounded tyres, Vettel, compared to Danny Ricciardo. But all this squabbling is bringing in Mick Schumacher, which is something we have got to be aware of. I think down the next long straight, I think that's when he's going to get him. And Sebastian Vettel is past Danny Ricciardo into P9. Meanwhile, Lance Stroll, he's at the back of a little bit of a train at this moment in time. So fantastic work from Lance as well.
Aston Martin with a great play there. They've moved up a place.
Right, now might be the time, Seb, to get that DRS down once we go into this next big straight. Use that ERS kick.
So use energy if you need it.
Okay, copy.
And so Sebastian's not been particularly happy with the setup all weekend. Sebastian is doing a fantastic job. But Danny Ricciardo is going to hang on to that DRS of Sebastian now. That is something we've got to be aware of. But you would back Seb with his experience to deal with it. Can he catch up to Alonso? That's going to be another interesting one here. If he can get back in DRS range with Fernando Alonso, that's going to help our cause a lot. Let's have a look at the tyres. We're the ones on the mediums. We've got all the guys around us on hards. They are going to be quicker towards the end of the Grand Prix. But yeah, all looking rather positive at this moment in time. And he has broke DRS of Ricciardo there. I don't know if he's done it on that straight. And he's really caught up to Fernando Alonso as well. I think he's going to get DRS. Is that rear wing open? It is. He has broke the DRS of Danny Ricciardo and latched onto Fernando Alonso. Sebastian Vettel, in our new improved Aston Martin, is making some inroads in this race. And we're just going to have a quick look at Lance Stroll, who's also doing some work down the order. So we'll come back a little bit later on. We're currently on lap 6. Pit window is around 16 laps time, so around lap 22. We'll hopefully manage to keep this pace up. And we bring you back. We've had another crash. Yellow flags are on. Not quite sure who yet.
Yeah, okay.
Ricciardo.
Here's the replay.
Looks like he's crashed. Let's have a look now. Danny Ricciardo's been chasing Sebastian Vettel. He's been having this battle all afternoon. Locked up and similar to Lewis Hamilton. In qualifying, crashes, bust that front wing. And that can only help Sebastian Vettel. Although he has now got a Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton chasing him down. But lap 10, still Vettel in P9. Lance Stroll's managed to overtake the two Williams. He's pulling out a gap on them. And he's attacking these two Alpha Tauris. I do apologise. Normally, I would suggest that he couldn't get past them, but our car looks pretty decent around Miami. We'll keep coming back when the action occurs. Lance Stroll doing absolute bits again. He's got past one Alpha Tauri. Can he get past another one? He certainly can. Lance Stroll making moves through the field. Sebastian Vettel's just been overtaken by Lewis Hamilton into P10. If we have a look at the latest now. Yes, we're enjoying this in the Aston Martin garage. My word, we're enjoying this at Aston Martin. So, as things stand at this moment in time, we'll just slow things down a little bit. We have got Lance Stroll now into P12. Sebastian Vettel must have just been overtaken by Mick Schumacher, which is a little bit disappointing. But the hard tyres are now starting to come into their own a little bit. But Sebastian's going to have a look at him here. He's on the inside. Sebastian Vettel, is he going to get back past Mick Schumacher? He certainly is. Sebastian Vettel.
That's it.
Got a lot of learning to do, kid. Got a lot of learning to do. But Mick Schumacher will get the DRS down this next... Oh, but Sebastian cuts him off beautifully. Like I said, these medium tyres are going to start to go off. We do seem to be one of the cars that are struggling a little bit more than others on it at this moment in time. So we may have to come in a little bit earlier than planned. But if we have to put the hards on and stretch them a little bit, I'm quite okay with that. But at this moment in time, lap 18... P10 and P12, lofty heights. Right, we come back, lap 22. Sebastian Vettel is in for his pit stop. Lance Stroll will be in next. Come on, guys, good pit stop, good pit stop. Stroll just overtook Tsunoda. We'll check out that replay.
So this was the Aston
He's
Martin.
been battling with the Alpha Tauris all afternoon, but Lance Stroll is proving that this Aston Martin around Miami has got some pace, and we're getting in front of teams. We're getting that capability of overtaking, although they are on the hard compounded tyre. But I'm hoping that we're going to have some pace on the hard compounded tyre as well. But we'll just check in with Sebastian Vettel. He's in for his pit stop now. Come on, guys. 2.8, not the end of the world, not the end of the world. I'm presuming, which I'm guessing he is, Lance Stroll box from P11.
It will be boxing this lap.
Sebastian Vettel's now completed his pit strategy. He's come out in P14. He's 8 seconds behind Pierre Gasly and Tsunoda, but we know we've got the pace on those guys. He's clearly in front of Albon, Ricciardo further back, and Latifi. We might beat a McLaren today. But could we somehow get a point? That'd be the big one. We'll just check in with Lance Stroll, who's having to do a bit of defending, it must be said, against these two Alpha Tauris, but so far so good. He's got the inside, the Alpha Tauri's got round him. Now Lance has got to be smart here because he's got to get into that pit lane as well. But my word, it's been such a better job this. It's been such a better job this weekend. We saw a few chinks of light at the last Grand Prix. We're seeing more improvement this time. And Lance is going to get DRS here down this straight. DRS is open. Is it worth overtaking at this moment in time? He is coming in this lap. And I think he's just playing that pretty safe. And now he's coming in for his stop. We're going to ride on board with Lance during this pit stop here. It's been a good performance so far. Sebastian Vettel P14. He's going to go back up to P13 obviously now. When Lance comes in here. If we have a look at the tyre wear, we've got the two hard compound runners of Tsunoda and Gasly that's got to pit. As has Mick Schumacher. Lewis Hamilton's got to pit as well. You never know. You never know. Obviously, Lewis Hamilton's a bit out of the way. But definitely, Mick Schumacher could be the target today. Could we get a single championship point with Sebastian Vettel? We'll come back. We come back on lap 34. We're going to watch this overtake. It was Sebastian Vettel on Yuki Tsunoda. We're not going to watch the replay. We've got a car that's crashed.
There's been a crash.
And it's Pierre Gasly, it's one of the Alpha Tauris, obviously one of the guys we've been battling with. Let's have a look what happened here.
The Alpha Tauri driver involved.
And again, it's that left lockup, and that has caught a few drivers out, and I'm praying to God that it's not going to be one that catches us out. But Sebastian Vettel has got Lewis Hamilton in front of him, and he's keeping up with Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Hamilton now, I'm guessing he's got another set of mediums on. Can he drag Sebastian Vettel along with him here? You would hope he possibly can. Lance Stroll's down in P14. Although he's going to gain a couple of positions in a moment, I would hope. He's going to get back up to Gasly and Tsunoda. But what can Sebastian Vettel do against Lewis Hamilton? And not just that, can he drag him along? Mick Schumacher's in front. Now Mick Schumacher's got to pit again. He is going to be on fresher tyres, obviously he's going to be on the mediums. But can Lewis Hamilton just drag Sebastian Vettel along with the pace that Mercedes has got? We've not got to see much this weekend, obviously with George Russell crashing out in the first lap. Can he drag him along and get us in front of Mick Schumacher? Pierre Gasly's now pit, so Lance Stroll is 13 seconds behind Yuki Tsunoda. Yuki Tsunoda's got to pit, so he's going to be about what? 8 seconds in front. Has Gasly gone on to another set? No, he's gone to fresh mediums. So Lance Stroll's got a bit of work to be doing back there. He has got Danny Ricciardo behind him. And Danny Ricciardo's got another pit stop. So it's not really worth fighting Danny Ricciardo at this moment in time because he's got to pit again. But he's fighting him anyway. So fair play to him. But all the eyes is on Sebastian Vettel. Can we keep with Lewis Hamilton? Lewis Hamilton, like I say, on fresh mediums, we're sticking with him at this moment in time. This is fantastic work from Sebastian Vettel. Just don't let me down, mate. Don't let me down and break me out like you did in that last race. Meanwhile, at the front, we've not had a look at the front. Max Verstappen looks to be running away with it. He certainly is. He's running away with it at this moment in time. It's Verstappen from Sainz, Bottas. Leclerc's not out of it by any stretch. Once Verstappen's pit, he's going to be riding with Charles Leclerc, who is currently setting fastest lap times and had the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. But Sebastian Vettel's going for an overtake on Lewis Hamilton. Has Lewis Hamilton got damage? Lewis Hamilton is on fresh medium tyres. Sebastian Vettel's tyres are a bit worn now, 70% on the hard compound. We've got around another 20 laps to go, but it is all Sebastian Vettel on the back of Lewis Hamilton. In the meantime, Mick Schumacher, he's just falling into our clutches a little bit. This could work. There could be a championship point in it for Aston Martin this weekend. And you join us as Sebastian Vettel's just got into the points. Mick Schumacher is yet to pit. I'm not quite sure what's happened here. Mick Schumacher's on 28% hard compound tyres. Unless he's going on to softs. But I don't think he's going to be able to catch Sebastian Vettel at that rate. We have dropped out the DRS of Hamilton, which is fair enough. But at this moment in time, we do look on for a World Championship point. Mick Schumacher is going to have to pit. I'm sure he is. He's had a pit stop already, so he might be on a 2-stop. Unless he's on a very ambitious 1-stop. He's gone very early, which we don't like to see. Sonoda's on 27%. These two, we could be on for 10th and 11th here if all goes well. Unbelievable stuff. Meanwhile, at the front, as we've said, Verstappen's still leading. Sainz, Bottas now, currently in 3rd position. I'm guessing he's only done a 1 pit stop so far, so there's going to be hopefully a good position in it for Bottas at this moment. Danny Ricciardo's in, so that's the end of Danny Ricciardo's afternoon. It's been very symbolic of his season in real life this afternoon. He's not done particularly well at all. Mick Schumacher now, though, still trying to get with Sebastian Vettel. Sebastian Vettel's dropped him. He's out of DRS. This might be a nice time to just conserve some tyres for Sebastian and for Lance as well. Let's keep them tyres fresh and we'll come back a little bit later on. We're on for a championship point. I don't want to alarm anybody, but with the way the pit stop strategies have turned out, Sebastian Vettel's running in P7. He's just behind Lewis Hamilton. But my word, Guan Yu Zhou's got about 8 seconds. He's on the soft compound tyre. We're on the hard compound. We have spent a few laps maintaining our tyres at this moment in time. So he's got, what, about 9 laps to catch 8 seconds and pass. It's easy to catch. It's not so easy to pass. Meanwhile, Fernando Alonso is a second behind Guan Yu Zhou. They may start battling for P8. Esteban Ocon's in P10. He's just in front of Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll's 7 seconds back at this moment in time. P11 for Lance Stroll will be a fantastic result. And to be honest with you, I think he's got Gasly covered. Gasly's on the mediums. Mick Schumacher's on the hard. Possibly if Mick Schumacher got past on them soft compound, he might be able to catch us. But at this moment in time, we're just going to fast forward on with you guys here, because this is some performance from the Aston Martin team at this moment in time. Please touch wood, and believe me, I am touching wood here. That's not a commentary thing you thought you did today. That we could possibly get P7 in this race. It's all eyes on this gap here between Sebastian Vettel and Guan Yu Zhou. It's down to 8 seconds, but he's not gaining. Guan Yu Zhou on these soft compound tyres, we know how quickly they start to eat to get him in that working range, in that window that you need to really extract the performance from him. Round Miami, we couldn't do it really in qualifying. We were struggling in practice, but these medium and hard compound tyres have been a fantastic race tyre all afternoon. We're just going to switch Lance Stroll back down to standard on the fuel, although Lance Stroll, what, 9 seconds? He's 10 seconds in front of Gasly. Lance Stroll's very much on for P11, but it is all eyes on this man. Alonso's now into 8th position. He's 6 seconds. I'm guessing Alonso's on softs. Alonso is on softs. We have got plenty of VRS to use, should we need to use it when we get to the later laps to defend from an on-charging Fernando Alonso. Guan Yu Zhou could do with holding him up. They're both on soft compound tyres. They're going to battle for that extra point in the championship. Fernando Alonso is round, and Fernando Alonso has got 6 seconds to catch on Sebastian Vettel. We could do with Guan Yu Zhou battling with him. Sebastian's in 7th at this moment in time. 7 laps. 7 racing laps to go for Sebastian Vettel and our Aston Martin team to get our first points of the season. We'll fast forward again. Just keep an eye on this gap here. 5.8 seconds, 5.6 seconds. Guan Yu Zhou's battling. That's helping us somewhat. It really is at the front. Leclerc is the man. We thought Verstappen were running away with it. Charles Leclerc, currently 8 seconds in front of Perez. His tyres will go to the end. It looks like Ferrari. I've got this one sewn up. But, again, we're not interested in Ferrari. We're interested in Aston Martin. 4.9 seconds now. 4.7. 40% on these are compounded tyres now. The wear is starting to kick in, but it's 59% on the softs. We'll keep moving forward. Lap 52. 3.9 now, the gap to Alonso. I think we're going to have to defend from Fernando at some point. We have got ERS that we can use. I don't want to drop to P9 if we can help it. Let's manage this a little bit more. We need to be on push on the fuel. We've got the option on the fuel.
You can stop lift and coast.
I mean, Lance has pretty much got it in bag. Lance has got it in bag. If we just shift to lie on Lance, He's not going to lose that much time. Lance has pretty much got it covered. Lance is sorted for this race. P11, fantastic stuff from Lance Stroll. But it's all on Sebastian Vettel. He can see Fernando Alonso behind him. We could do with Guan Yu Zhou and Fernando starting to battle. We'll fast forward again. As soon as it gets to sort of 1.52 seconds, I think that's when we really need to start taking control. At the moment, because, like I said, they're battling, we're managing to keep them at bay. Lap 54. And we are quicker through those low-speed corners. Sebastian again, 2.3 seconds now the gap to Fernando Alonso. We've wished Hamilton well in P6. He's flown past us. We've not been able to catch him. It's 1.8 now the gap to Fernando Alonso. Come on, Sebastian. We're going to go back to normal speed for the last 3 laps of this race. And I think now it's time to deploy some ERS.
Use energy if you need. Copy.
Let's try and maintain that gap. We've got 2.5 racing laps now. It's Lance Stroll. P11, still P11 for Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll's absolutely fine. He can drop to standard. There's no need to take any risks now.
Save
With
fuel.
Lance Stroll, he's totally fine. It's all about this, what we're watching in front of us at this moment in time.
3 more laps. 3 more laps.
Sebastian's managed to pull the gap out back to 2.2 seconds. Guan Yu Zhou very much on the back of Fernando Alonso. And all this battling is making their tyres are not going to be worth as much in terms of delta in this last part of this race, lap 55. We'll take it to 2 speed. And it's still, Sebastian's still got 2 seconds on Fernando Alonso. Come on. No, Seb. No.
Copy. Is it working what we're doing?
Yeah, it's working, Seb. It's working. Don't you worry about it, my friend. It is working. Yeah, he's on light as well.
How many laps am I going to get on these?
You've not got long. You're on lights. You can take your time. You can conserve your tyres. You've got 7 seconds to make Schumacher behind. That's absolutely fine. The man we're all watching at this moment in time is Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel. Fernando Alonso, 1.9 seconds behind. Let's switch to Vettel, and we've got to look at the bike. We have still 1.8. 2 more laps.
2 more laps.
2 more laps for Sebastian. Don't break my heart, Seb. Don't break my heart. You did it last episode. 1.7. Last lap of the Grand Prix coming up in a second. My word. This is nervy stuff. This is really nervy stuff. It's 1.3, right? It's time to deploy. It's time to push.
And use energy. Copy that.
Give them everything you've got, Sebastian Vettel. Give them everything. Bring it home for us.
Happy to push. Copy.
Alonso still outside that DRS range. Let's save a bit. Let's save a bit for this. My word. Guan Yu Zhou and Alonso still going at it. Lance Stroll is being caught by Pierre Gasly, which is fair enough at this moment in time. We don't mind that. But Sebastian Vettel, last lap of the Grand Prix. Fernando Alonso is still outside of DRS range. 1.3 seconds. We're going to keep our eyes on this all the way. It's done and dusted at the front. It's Red Bull second and third. Ferrari in fourth. But Sebastian Vettel, don't spin. Don't spin. Don't spin. Don't crash. Don't make any errors on this final lap, Seb. P7 would be a fantastic result for the team. Come on, Seb. Come on, Seb. I hope you're as nervous as I am at home, because this now, defend, Seb. Defend. Or deploy, do whatever. Keep Fernando Alonso out of that. Don't lose P7 to that. Oh, Fernando's gone into him. There's contact. There was contact there. Sebastian having to defend. They were a little nudge along from Fernando Alonso, but Sebastian still somehow managed to keep it in front. And he's got a long straight now to try and defend from Fernando Alonso. Can he defend?
We have low battery.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to be able to. Sebastian, come on! Fernando's tyres look cooked. I think he's done it. Oh, Fernando makes contact again! And Sebastian Vettel's going to come round the final corner and secure P7 for Aston Martin. Get in!
Car was great this afternoon. Thank you.
Brilliant, brilliant. Take all the pick up on the way in. Well done.
Unbelievable scenes.
Sebastian Vettel sure knows how to show Formula One fans a good time. Great work. Aston Martin having an extremely good day at the track.
Just a really solid showing out there, which is exactly what they needed.
And they're in 6th place in the constructor standings at the end of this weekend.
Formula One will be back to Europe for the next round, on the shores of the Mediterranean, with some heated competition to look forward to in Spain.
What a result. What a result that is for Sebastian Vettel. We've go up to P6 in the constructors standing. We overtake Alpha Tower, McLaren, Haas, Williams were never in it really. Up to P6 in the standings. The upgrades worked superb on the day. We got a bit of luck with a crash. Yeah, let's not make any mistakes about it. But to be fair, we deserved his luck after that last race. And wow, we go to Spain next. I hope you've enjoyed it. My God, here's a like for that. My word, them points worth their weight in gold. We will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.